Gavin McKenna headed to Toronto? Craig Button thinks so. We're diving into Button's 2026 NHL mock draft, where the Sharks and the Canucks both pass on Ivar Stenberg in favor of new faces for the blue line and center depth. From the Sioux Greyhounds to the University of North Dakota, the top 16 is locked in, and it looks nothing like we expected. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. This is, of course, brought to us by TSN with his mock draft. The Toronto Maple Leafs are the winners of the 2026 NHL Draft Lottery, and with the first overall pick, TSN Director of Scouting Craig Button has them taking Penn State forward Gavin McKenna. I think he is the best player in the draft. Now we start to think about the Toronto Maple Leafs and what was the biggest absence for Auston Matthews last year. It was the playmaking winger when Mitch Marner left to go to the Vegas Golden Knights. Well, Gavin McKenna is, in fact, a playmaking winger. For Gavin McKenna, this could be a really good fit for him to come in and to be able to play with somebody as significant as Auston that can carry play like Auston and take some of the burden off. After tearing up the WHL with the Medicine Hat Tigers the previous 2 seasons, McKenna decided to take his talents to the NCAA for his draft year. As a freshman in the NCAA, McKenna scored 15 goals with 51 points in 35 games last season with the Nittany Lions. He also represented Canada for a second straight year at the World Junior Championship, where he scored 4 goals with 14 points in 7 games to win bronze. Of course, as we all know, the Maple Leafs drafted first overall in 2016, exactly 10 years ago, when they took, in fact, Auston Matthews with the top selection. Now, with the second overall pick, Button has the San Jose Sharks, who won the second lottery, to move up to the second overall spot, moving up from 9th to 2nd. He has them taking Sioux Greyhounds defenseman Chase Reid with the second overall pick. Reid averaged over a point per game last season, with the Greyhounds scoring 18 goals with 48 points in 45 games. He also represented Team USA at the World Juniors, scoring 2 goals with 2 assists in 5 games. This will be the 4th year in a row the Sharks will draft in the top 5 after taking forward Will Smith at number 4 in 2023, center Macklin Celebrini first overall in 2024, and forward Michael Misa with the second overall selection last year. At number 3, Button has Brantford Bulldogs center Caleb Malhotra going to the Vancouver Canucks, who of course finished last in the NHL standings in 25-26, but lost both lotteries for the top 2 selections. Malhotra scored 29 goals with 84 points in 67 regular season games with the Bulldogs in 25-26 and added 13 goals and 26 points in 15 postseason games before Brantford was eliminated back on the Monday prior to the draft lottery by the Barrie Colts in the OHL playoffs. They need a center, and I think Caleb Malhotra projects as a number 1 center all day long. He's a complete 2-way competitive center, does it all. He's had tremendous progression over the course of the season. You've seen what he did in the playoffs. He's a big-time player. Rounding out the top 5 selections, Button has the Chicago Blackhawks drafting Swedish forward Ivar Stenberg at number 4. And of course, remember, Stenberg has been projected to be the number 2, but in Button's mock draft, he has Stenberg falling to 4th to the Chicago Blackhawks, followed by the New York Rangers taking University of North Dakota defenseman Keaton Verhoeff at 5th overall. At number 6, Button has Prince George Cougars defenseman Carson Carels going to the Calgary Flames. Carels, 17, scored 20 goals with 73 points in 58 games last season with Prince George and had 10 points in 10 playoff games. He also had 1 assist in 5 games at the World Juniors for Canada as the Cypress River Manitoba native helped the team win bronze. I think he is a number 1 defenseman. He can be the bookend to the right shot of Zane Parak. They want a center. They need some offense up front. There's other ways they're going to have to do that. I just think Carson Carels is too good to pass, even if you might be looking for other things. He's that good. The Winnipeg Jets hold the 8th overall pick, where Button has them taking Boston University center Titan Lawrence. Button believes that the Jets should first explore trading the selection, with Winnipeg's current core of Scheifele, Connor, Morrissey, and Hellebuck not getting any younger. If they have to take the pick, he's a really good second-line center, said Button of Lawrence. Lawrence split the 25-26 season between the USHL's Muskegon Lumberjacks and Boston University. After joining the Terriers in January, he had 2 goals and 7 points in 18 games. And then this is a full list, top 16 list for Button. We just went over the top 6. He did skip over Seattle, so he has Seattle picking Daxon Rudolph from the Prince Albert Raiders of the WHL, a defenseman. We just talked about Tynan Lawrence. He also has Florida picking Albert Smets with the 9th overall pick, who is also a defenseman, a 6'3" defenseman who had 6 goals, or I should say, who had 13 points in 38 games. He has Nashville taking Vigo Bjork, 10th overall, who's a center/winger, who had 15 points in 42 games. He has St. Louis with their first selection in the first round, taking Ethan Belchitz with the 11th overall pick. He was a 6'5" winger, 59 points in 57 games. He also has New Jersey picking Oscar Hemming, who's also a winger in this. He has the Islanders picking Oliver Suvanto with the 13th overall pick. He has Adam Novotny going to the Columbus Blue Jackets with the 14th overall pick. He has St. Louis picking Malt Gustafson with their second first-round pick that they received from the Detroit Red Wings. He also has the Washington Capitals selecting Ryan Lynn with the 16th overall pick, who is from the Vancouver Giants, 57 points in 53 games. And, of course, he just had 16. But I want to know what you guys think about this mock draft from Craig Button in particular. Obviously, Craig Button is very well known. As we mentioned up at the top, he is, in fact, where did it go? He's the TSN Director of Scouting. So Button isn't just a nobody. This is what he does. He scouts, and he knows his stuff. So I'm just kind of flabbergasted by the fact that he has Stenberg dropping down to 4th. I know I've talked about recently, the fact that the Canucks could draft Stenberg at 3rd overall. I've also even talked about the, possibility that the Canucks could move up to 2nd and have a trade with the San Jose Sharks to get that 2nd overall pick to kind of guarantee their shot at getting Ivar Stenberg. But he has the Canucks going with Caleb Malhotra, which a lot of people are saying. A lot of these mock drafts that I've seen have Caleb Malhotra. I believe it's 6 out of the 8 that I've seen have Caleb Malhotra at 3rd overall for the Canucks. So this is, and I think almost every single one has Gavin McKenna going 1st overall to the Toronto Maple Leafs. I think it's just, I believe it's Daily Faceoffs. Oh my gosh, why am I drawing a blank on his name? But you guys know who I'm talking about. He has Gavin McKenna dropping down to 3rd overall. I don't know why I can't think of his name right now. I know it's there, and you guys know who I'm talking about. We all love him here in Vancouver, but you guys know who I'm talking about. He has McKenna dropping down to 3rd. I think he's really the only one who has McKenna falling, at least down that far. But at the end of the day, I want to know what you guys think about this mock draft by Craig Button. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you guys agree with Craig Button's list on who goes where? Once again, let me know in the comments. And of course, I'd like to give a shout out and thank you, as I always do, to the sponsor of this video, none other than, of course, DraftKings Sportsbook, which is, of course, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. The Stanley Cup playoffs are here, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, has a new customer offer. Bet player props, bet live from the opening faceoff to the final horn, where every moment matters. New DraftKings customers bet just $5 and you get $100 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN so you're ready for the moment. Once again, that is code THPN. Turn $5 into $100 in bonus bets instantly in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 and over in most states. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. Limited time offer.
By the way, it was Frank Zaravelli who I was talking about. That's who I don't know why I suddenly forgot his name, but it was Frank Zaravelli who I was referring to, who has McKenna dropping down to third. But that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video and this breakdown of Craig Button's 2026 NHL mock draft, on your way out, you can like the video. You can also subscribe to The Line Change for more Canucks and draft-related content. You can also become a member of The Line Change by hitting that join button to receive exclusive perks, such as like early access to videos such as like this one. You also get members only videos and so much more if you hit that join button. Once again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.